Well, good afternoon, Tui. Thursday again day. Cornishman day. You know, I'd look at it, ain't much in it. So, but we've been trying to sleep here a bit, I think. It's grim cold out there, I can tell you that. It's certainly coming from the east. I don't know when all this is going to ease off a little bit, but I'm hoping well, east is dry, I suppose, isn't it? That's one good thing. And we've got to stay in now because it's cold. But stay in, stay safe. And evenings are certainly pulling out. My gosh, I was surprised last night. But there we are. I hope everybody's okay. And I'm going to do a little story again today by another Herbert Lean one. This one's called Party Time. Cheers. Feather had won a bottle of whiskey in a raffle for sixpence and asked Tom Slow down to spend the evening to celebrate. Mother had baked up a bit extra cake because Aunt Martha was coming as well. If she wasn't eating, she was thinking about it. But a good sport when she was a bit tight. Tom Slow was early and Aunt Martha was a 4E. Better weather day, says Aunt Martha, as they all got round the fire. One night when she was here, she said that 20 times, and then had rain all the way going home. Must be some cold up long. I went in next door to see the television last night, and 'twas snowing all the time. Couldn't hardly see the pictures on the TV. We had put on another coat. I was shaking. Then in comes Feather carrying a bottle of whiskey and singing, "Here Comes the Bride." "Seems pretty open for Christmas," exclaimed Aunt Martha. But everybody knowed she wouldn't be there if he hadn't. Mother got the glasses and Father opened the bottle and throwed the cork in the fire. "Now that's the best sign I've seen for a long time," laughed Aunt Martha, "'cause I do dearly love a drop of hot water with plenty of whiskey in it." Shout when, says Feather to Tom Slow, as he was pouring whiskers into Tom's glass. But Tom, in a hurry to swallow a piece of nut, what Richard Henry gave him, couldn't shout 'cause the nut got stuck in his throat. So his glass was full to the brim. Feather had to bang on Tom Slow's back, out flied the nut, and smack into Aunt Martha's face. "That's a lesson for 'ee, Tom Slow. Don't eat nothing what you can't keep down." Only the lovely smell of whiskey made Tom think about that pub. Made it seem all homely like. They got new barmaid up Star and Garter, fat enough kill, and got a bit of a stoop. They'd call her the naked truth. No need of the notice on the counter. What you can't see, ask for. I always say looking is next to squeezing. Don't matter where you to go to, you always meet somebody with a bit more neck than a donkey, who after all is only human. Man up pub asked me, and 'tis nigh Christmas, to give him 2 shillings to have a glass of beer. "But you can get 1 glass for a shilling," I reminded him. "Yes, I know, but I was thinking about a refill. Look mean if you don't. You know, if you seen in Feather, get fat man always got a gravy stained fly." He ordered half a pint of beer, but landlord served in pint. I said half a pint, insisted the customer. "Oh, drink half, and I will take the rest back, but be sure to drink the bottom half." How he did it, all right. "Guss on, that's a yarn," says Feather. "Here, I've dropped more whiskey. Then show how he did it." Now, boy Richard was sitting down drinking a glass of lemonade by sucking up with a straw. Tom took the straw, shoved him down to the bottom of his glass of whiskey, sucked, and soon there wasn't more than half a glass left. Barman was a sport, owned up he was bait, and told the customer to drink the other half on the house. What shows how careful one got to be. Boss said to me once when I was setting down bit, I was wasting my time. That's where he was wrong. I was wasting his time. "Don't mind if I do. Well, cheers. We had a fair down our way," remarked Aunt Martha. There was old Arkin, because nobody knowed what she would say after a glass or two. Two married women was up riding the hosses, and when they come down, one said to the other, as she looked at her, "Couldn't have another one, Harry?" "No," was the reply. "That's only a linseed poultice I got up." Things was getting pretty lively by this time, and Aunt Martha was on form. Married life is fun as long as it to last. But one of the greatest frauds in life is when a girl marries because she's tired of work. Like the Undertaker says, it would be a good thing for business when every man and woman learn to drive car. I heard tell now every new car got a coffin in the back seat given over as a bonus. Just a little poem here now. I'm normally a social girl. I love to meet my mates. But lately with the virus here, we can't go out the gates. You see, we are the oldest now. We need to stay inside. If they haven't seen us for a while, they'll think we up and died. They'll never know the things we did before we got this old. There wasn't any Facebook. Not everything was told. We may seem sweet old ladies, but who would never be uncouth? But we grew up in the 60s. If only they knew the truth. There was sex and drugs and rock and roll and pills and mini skirts. We smoked, we drank, we parted. And we were quite outrageous flirts. Then we settled down, got married, and turned into someone's mum. Somebody's wife, then Nana. Oh, on earth did we become? We didn't mind the change of pace because our lives were full. But to bury us before we're dead is like a red rag to a bull. So here to find me stuck inside for 4 weeks, maybe more. I finally found myself again, then I had to close the door. It didn't really bother me. I'd while away the hour. I baked for all the family, but I got no phlegm and flour. Now, Netflix is just wonderful. I like a gusty thriller. I'm swooning over Idris or some random sexy killer. At least I've got a stash of booze, and when I'm feeling idle, there's wine and whiskey, even gin, if I'm feeling suicidal. So let's all drink to lockdown to recover and health, and hope this awful virus doesn't decimate our wealth. We'll all get through this crisis and be back to join our mates, just hoping I'm not far too wide to fit through the flaming gates. Thanks very much. Have a safe day.